Today I'm going to be sharing a few tips on how you can stay safe when you're traveling. These are tips that I think few people do take for granted, but I'm going to tell you a few things that you do not know. So the first thing you want to do is that you want to obtain sufficient information about your destination. Don't just visit a place. Spend time, finding out, okay, what airport am I arriving at? Okay, how far is the airport from town? What are the activities I can do in that city? What are the things I should take note of? You do want to obtain sufficient information about your destination so it'll be easy for you to navigate through. So the second thing you want to do is that you want to scan all your important documents. For example, you want to scan a copy of your passport data page, you want to scan a copy of, let's say, your visa page. You want to scan your important documents, and then you want to email them to yourself or to someone close to you, and it has to be someone that you can reach in case of an emergency. So do not keep your cash or your card inside one bag. This is common sense, but a lot of people do make this mistake. Okay, you're carrying, let's say, $3,000, and then you have all $3,000 in your wallet, and then you have your card in your wallet. Imagine that someone steals your wallet. That person would go with just about everything. Now, I do not advise you to put like valuable things in your check-in luggage, but you do want to spread it. If you, let's say, you have a carry-on bag and then you have a handbag, you want to spread it. Even in your checked-in bag, you can hide money somewhere. You can just maybe open up your toilet bag and then just stick just put some money in there. So if anything happens, you're not stranded. If you lose the bag, if you lose your handbag, you're not stranded. If you lose your wallet, you will not be stranded. So do not keep all your cash and cards inside one bag. Spread it, spread the love. Another thing you want to do is you want to monitor your credit or your debit card activities. I know most people, once they travel, they just shut down, but you want to, if you get email alerts, like I would say, okay, sign up for text messages or email alert, depending on if you're roaming your number, but your card may be cloned or your card may be used without your consent. So you do want to check and monitor the activities on your credit and debit card. Do not check into your hotel room using your first name. For example, you are James Steven. What kind of name is that? You're James Stevenson. Most times when you meet people outside, it's normal for you to introduce yourself using your first name. Like I'll meet you and say, oh, my name is Otto. Simple, you know my name. Now, if someone is stalking you and then they walk up to your hotel, like, okay, I want to, I'm here, for example, for whatever reason, they get to your room and like, okay, I would like to speak with Otto. I would like to see Otto. It's easy for people to identify you using your first name because that's what you share when you're out there. But you don't want to check in, like most people use a pseudonym, even though I know they would request for, let's say, and they would request for like an identity, but if you have a second name, use that, or be a Mr. Steven, instead of Mr. James Steven, check in as Mr. Steven, and then just leave it there. If you have a third name, use that name and check in, because once they require like an ID from you, then you would just give them your ID and they would see that that's your name. So avoid checking in using your first name. That's one safety measure. Another thing would be, you see that little peephole in your hotel room, you do want to cover it up. There are really crazy people in this world. There are really sick people everywhere. You do want to cover up the peephole in your hotel room, because sometimes one sick individual can just crawl, see a beautiful girl and say, hey, I want to watch. And then you're just busy moving around. Moving around and someone is entertaining themselves. Creepy, right? Yeah, they're really crazy. People do really crazy and creepy things. I don't know how they, how they survive, how they think, but you do want to avoid that just to be safe. If you notice that the peephole, the door, the door handle and then the peephole, just if you notice that maybe there's a hole, try and cover it. So you can stuff it, get some paper or some tissue paper and just stuff just stuff that in. It's also, a way that you can keep safe. If you're going to be exploring most of the tourist sites, do that off peak period, because peak period you would have a lot of people going there to do the same thing, and then you might be like a victim of people, pickpockets and all that. And then the crowd, you also want to avoid, really touristy areas when it's crowded, unless maybe you're with a group of friends and then it's easy. But if you're alone, try and go there just before the peak period, or maybe just shortly after. But of course you want to avoid staying out late, but just go there. Maybe you can wake up when everyone, for example, you assume that everyone will be going there around 10. You make your trip maybe about 8 to 9. So by the time everyone else is coming in, you are like leaving. So you do want to stay in touch with family and friends when you are traveling. You want to have someone that you're speaking to regularly and telling them about your activities. And what happens is that if they stay for a while, if they stay for hours and they do not hear from you, they would actually reach out to you and try to find out if you're okay. And if you go for a day without calling them, of course they would check up on you. So stay in touch with your family and friends. And I think everyone should have that one person in their life who checks up on them regularly. And if you don't have, the best way to find that person is to be that person. So go out there, be a friend, share some love, and you will get love right back in return. Another thing you want to do is you want to dress appropriately. Now, I know that this is subjective. People will say, oh, you need to, it really doesn't matter, it's your body, you're a woman, people should control themselves. But how many people out there can really control themselves? They cannot control themselves, but you can control yourself. So if you're going somewhere, that and you're traveling alone, you do want to dress, appropriately, because you do not want any form of embarrassment. For example, let's say you're visiting maybe like a temple, or maybe you're visiting a prayer, a holy place or something like that, and then or maybe different customs where you're required to cover up. You do want to make sure that you respect the culture and then you dress appropriate. For example, if you're going somewhere and they say, oh, no slippers, do not wear slippers. If you're going somewhere and they say no boots, do not wear boots. If they say somewhere, if you go somewhere, they say no shoes, you do need to take off your shoes. So you need to respect the culture and the norms in the destination where you're visiting. So another thing you want to do is that you want to avoid staying out late. Okay, so you're out in the city, you want to party, fine. If you have company, it's good. But if you're traveling alone, you do want to ensure that you are safe. Safety should be your number one priority at all times. And if you're traveling alone and then you want to stay away from trouble, just try and limit your activities at night. Go out if you must, but be safe. Instead of taking the public transportation, take a taxi home. If you're going out and hanging out alone, just take care of yourself. If you're having a drink with someone, just make sure no one spills something inside your drink. You do just generally want to apply common sense and take the basic safety precautions. So now let me know, how do you stay safe when you travel? I would like to hear from you. Please drop your comments here in the comment section. And please do not forget, before you go, wait, do not forget to hit the like button. And also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more of me, and then if you want to get more videos like this. And then also, you can also turn on your notification so that whenever I post a video like this, you get to see it first. So please like this video and then subscribe so we can stay in touch.